Hi, I'm Scott,
And I'm Luke.
and we're Android guys,
Give us 5 to 10 minutes of your day
and we'll tell you about a product or service
or an app that you might be interested in.
in just a moment. A personal cloud that is accessible from just about anywhere, and it's affordable.
Hey, Scott, what do you got today?
Hey, I'm going to talk to you today about clouds.
Clouds.
Well, a personal cloud.
Ah.
Yeah, you know what the cloud is.
I do.
Somebody else's computer,
Yep.
basically.
Yep.
This one in particular is called the Amber X.
Okay.
And this is something that I had a chance to take a look at back at CES earlier this year.
Oh, nice.
And I've been able to set one up, test it out. I've been using it for myself. So, you want to hear about it?
I do. Let's take a break and I'll get into it. So you're talking to us today about the Amber X, which is a personal computing cloud storage device.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little more.
So, it's pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that, let me see if I can get some dimensions while I'm talking. About 5 by 5 inches.
Okay.
Like a flat little, almost like, I don't know. Just
It
like
looks
a
almost
flattened square.
It looks like a charging pad, like a wireless charging pad.
Yeah,
Almost.
it's not much bigger than you would expect, like a USB hub,
Yeah. Yeah.
something like that.
Sure.
So you can set it up wirelessly. You can also plug it directly into your network
Okay.
using an Ethernet port, and you more or less have an app that you install. Go through the process of recognizing this thing on your network. You teach it your Wi-Fi information.
Yeah.
And then you've got a cloud. You have your own little hard drive storage that you can access from wherever.
Oh, wow.
So this one comes with, this is the Amber X, comes with 512 gigabytes of storage
Nice.
built into it, or roughly half a terabyte
Uh-huh.
after it kind of put your software on there
Sure.
and set up.
Sure.
But it has, excuse me, a USB 3.1 port.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to plug in something else externally to it,
Sure.
you can take advantage of a seemingly unlimited storage capacity.
Wow. Okay.
And there's also a card reader,
Nice.
so you can put an SD card on there if you need to access your files. If they were somewhere else, put it in there and say, okay, now I'm going to transfer these to the cloud.
Nice.
Or if you want to use it as your storage
Sure.
as well. So this is, to me, an easy setup.
Yeah.
It's a simple solution, and it kind of would be, for me, excuse me, more of a consumer-friendly version of a ready NAS storage.
Sure. Definitely.
So we back up all of our podcasts and videos and things to a storage server.
Yes.
And, that might be 2 terabytes, and it might take us a long time to get there.
Yeah.
But a consumer, we think about all the photos we take, the videos we shoot, and it's nice that Google provides, tons of storage
Mm-hmm.
for us to put our photos in there, Google Drive and all these things. But there is a set number of space on this.
Yeah.
And rather than pay extra each month or annually for more storage,
Mm-hmm.
this is kind of a solution to that says, hey, when you go to delete these things, if you're worried about space taking up your drive, just throw them in the cloud,
Right.
and access that separately.
Yeah.
So the app is pretty nice. It gives you the ability to go in, just like with Android, with anything. If you had a folder, you would just hit share. You can hit share to the Amber X software. So I think it's Amber iX is the name of the software.
Okay.
But then you can also install a desktop client.
Oh.
So I can access the files through my computer here at the office,
Yeah.
home, wherever. It's basically, I guess, limited in speed based off of your data connection.
Okay.
So if you're on Wi-Fi, 4G, 5G, which really isn't a problem,
Yeah.
accessing your files, your pictures, it's really a convenient way of getting to those.
Right.
Now you can also set up so that you can actually stream your content from it as well.
Oh, wow.
So it's designed so that you could output it to, say, Chromecast or something.
Sure.
Pull it and use it almost like a media server
Uh-huh.
of sorts.
Yeah.
So it supports all kinds of codecs. It supports all types of video formats, and you'll get bit rates at, like, with a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, you get up to 5 megabits a second.
Oh, wow.
With the 5 gigahertz, you'll get up to 30 megabits a second.
Nice.
So you could stream your files if you have things on there. It's not so much like setting up a Plex server.
Sure.
But it's kind of like setting up a Plex server.
Right. Okay.
So there are apps that you can get for it. There's the Amber Manager you can set up. So for you can basically share access to other people, things like that.
Yeah.
Then there's the desktop. But then there also is another product. If you hear this and you're like, oh, that sounds cool, but I feel like I need a little bit more, there is the Amber Pro.
Okay.
Which allows for you to actually put in and do your like your drives, your terabyte drives, plug them into it.
Okay.
So that becomes like your NAS server.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you would use more, because it's got a little bit more hardware to it.
Right.
That's where you would want to install Plex on it.
I gotcha.
And actually really take advantage of that.
I gotcha.
But as something that is kind of like, hey, I find that every so often when I go get a new phone, or I need to kind of clean house on some of these pictures.
Sure.
I don't want to get rid of them, but I don't want them on my computer.
Yeah.
I don't want them in my Google Drive. Where can I put them? It's also nice because you can kind of funnel them all, from different devices.
Sure.
Give access to my wife, say, hey, all these pictures that you haven't figured out what you want to do with them yet, or videos we don't want to quite get rid of yet.
Right.
Throw them on there. We can go through that later and look at them.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of have that peace of mind of, it's at minimum, it's a half a terabyte of space.
Yeah.
Of breathing room.
Yeah. Well, the other cool thing I think about is it's also a physical hard drive.
Yeah.
So you have a hard drive that you have cloud access to anywhere.
Yeah.
So, a lot of times you store things in a cloud, whether it's, Google Photos, or you have some other storage or some backup stuff maybe. If you ever need that stuff, then you have to download it from the cloud to wherever if you need it.
Yeah.
This, it's kind of easy if for some reason something would happen, you can just plug right into that and pull your files.
And that's one of the the pain points where you're like, well, I don't know if I want to spend the money on a physical thing. I can do some online, like it's cheaper. I can do some cold storage online. Like,
Sure.
But at what, if you want to access it,
how does that work?
How long is it going to take for you to get those files?
To get everything back if I want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your another point is, then it's contingent upon the data speed.
Right.
If you want to do that, and you're not using it to stream or to pull up these videos, you can't cast. Like, yep, a cloud is nice, again, but it goes back to it's somebody else's computer.
Right.
Here, it's your computer.
Right.
It's your cloud.
Right.
So, yeah, I like this thing. This is the Amber X, and you can grab it right now for about $200.
Okay.
And then if you want to learn more, you can go to myamberlife.com, and you can also check out the Amber Pro, which has, again, it's a much beefier experience.
Sure. Awesome. Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.